Welcome to Little Steps, Big Gains. In this video, we're going to look at two laying exercises that are fantastic for core and knee stabilization by using what is called dynamic neuromuscular stabilization. Dynamic neuromuscular stabilization is basically focusing on timing, the timing of our core muscles to activate them before we do a movement with our limbs. These two laying exercises are fantastic to practice that. And even one of them, the dynamic neuromuscular heel slide, is actually used as a standardized test to assess for core stability. So let me demonstrate how each of these go. Dynamic neuromuscular heel slides. These are fantastic for core stability and practicing the timing of stabilizing our core before we move our limbs. So what we do for this, you can use a blood pressure cuff. The blood pressure cuff is optional, and then there's multiple ways to use this. You may have learned other techniques. This is just one of the many techniques. So for the heel slide portion, you can use a paper plate, you can use a plastic bag, or you don't need anything at all because basically you're just sliding your heel down and back. Now the important part of this exercise is proximally closer, focusing on the core. So that's where the blood pressure cuff is completely optional. But what you want to do is place it under the arch of your back on the side, not in the middle of the spine, but on the side. Find what's called neutral spine. To do that, we're going to do a arch your back, okay, for a anterior tilt. Tuck your pelvis for a posterior, and then go right in the center. That's neutral. Once you're at neutral, tighten your core to maintain that neutral spine. After you tighten, find what that pressure is. Find it by blowing it up until you get to the dial number 40. That is what you want to maintain. You want to maintain that position while you slide your heel down and while you slide it back. And this is not easy, and it takes a lot of practice, because what you're going to find is your dial is going to want to go up and down because you're going to want to tilt your pelvis multiple ways. So that is why using the blood pressure cuff is fantastic to focus on the core, the timing throughout the entire move. Here's a demonstration. Number 1, place the blood pressure cuff on the arch of the back, lining up with that hip, not in the center of the back. Step 2, find that neutral spine. So go ahead and arch your back, tuck your pelvis, and then go right in the center. That's neutral. Contract your abdominals to maintain that neutral spine, and blow up your balloon till you get to the number 40, and then hold it there. Keep the dial at 40 while you extend your knee and pull it back in. Dynamic neuromuscular quad setting or quad sets. Now, once again, the blood pressure cuff is optional. There's multiple ways to use it. This is one technique. For the quad setting or quad sets, you can optionally use a pillow, a blanket, or a towel, or nothing at all. This is optional. But what the actual quad sets are, a quad setting, is you're taking your knee and you're pressing it down and then tightening these quadricep muscles, tightening and holding that, not the butt, the quads. Now you can add that blood pressure cuff by doing the exact same thing. We're going to place it under the arch of the back, not in the center, under that side. We're going to find that neutral spine by arching our back, tucking that pelvis, and then finding right in the middle neutral spine. Contract your abdominals to hold neutral spine. Blow up your blood pressure cuff to the 40. Keep it at 40 the entire time while you do your quad sets, where you breathe in, and as you breathe out, press and squeeze. Repeat that, focusing on your dial, focusing on the timing, stabilizing the core the entire time. Once again, this requires a lot of practice. Here's a demonstration. Place the blood pressure cuff under the arch of the back on the side, not in the middle of the spine. Find neutral spine. Go ahead and arch your back, tilt your pelvis, and then go halfway where you're kind of lifting your head up. Contract your abdominals to hold that position while you blow up your cuff to the number 40. Keep the dial on 40 while you breathe in, breathe out, press and squeeze as you exhale. And that's how you can do dynamic neuromuscular heel slides and or quad sets, quad setting, using a blood pressure cuff that can be so helpful to provide visual feedback to maintain the timing of the core muscles and activation the whole time while maintaining that neutral spine. So fantastic for core stability. It requires a lot of practice. If you want to practice these exercises more, I have a free laying posture program that incorporates postural retraining with our upper body, stretching out our front muscles, strengthening our back muscles, and then focusing on finding that neutral spine and stabilizing our pelvis. It is all in laying and it is all free. If you found this video valuable or helpful, please press that like, subscribe, share. I have other free resources, free home exercise programs, free educational videos here on Little Steps, Big Gains.